Myers with a look at what we can expect, Collin.
Yeah, Ken, as we look towards Saturday, we've had some busy storms the last couple of days, some strong storms, a couple severe even. Saturday's going to bring in one of those more organized threats as the jet stream sets up just right. So these storms we'll want to watch for sure on Saturday afternoon into evening, even in the morning. We'll get to that in a second. So the main threats with this are going to be damaging winds and large hail. The main storm motion looks like it'll be more towards the east and southeast. Typically with east or southeast movers, you get larger hailers and less of that tornadic threat. Now, not to say we couldn't have an isolated tornado, but I think those will be the primary threats. And again, if one or two storms sit in the same area, could have some ponding in the roads and even some localized flooding. Let's go right over to First Alert Futurecast. This is one of the high resolution models. Next 24 hours or so looking just fine. Now we'll start with Saturday morning, okay, through about midday. Some of the models are showing this, some are not. But if a little impulse comes in from southern Oklahoma, that would kind of mitigate some of the activity perhaps until a little bit later. This would impact the environment enough that perhaps we see maybe a little bit less of a severe threat. I still think we will, but it looks like it's trending eastward as well. So that'd be something to watch certainly on Saturday morning. But then we could still have a couple storms pop right after that. We're talking early afternoon. These would likely go severe pretty quickly, especially if they're in that warm environment that has not been tapped into or has not seen morning storms yet. So again, right off the dry line off to the west, that should also be a trigger, even if we don't have storms that fire off to the east. So starting early in the afternoon, this is when we could start to see that window of more organized storms and those rotating updrafts, what we call supercells. Again, on more of a wind shear day, those could produce large tornadoes as well. We don't quite have that dynamic, so these would have large hail and winds to 60, maybe up to 70 miles an hour if they really become strong. Watch what Futurecast does here. So I am a little more concerned into the early afternoon, evening hours. Look at this here. The jet stream starts to get behind these storms, and this is where a lot of things are interacting here. Instability, we've got the power of the jet stream, so I think damaging winds certainly in play by this time on your Saturday evening, and then also possibly some flooding, because it looks like a lot of this will sit over the same spots. And again, we've seen just last couple of days how quickly those storms can fill up the roads and cause some flooding. The good news, it looks like these are going to move out of here a little bit more quickly than the past couple of nights. Looks like they're moving a little more progressively out of the region, but something to watch closely. All right, so a weather alert for Saturday, timing 11 a.m. through 9 p.m. Again, the strongest of storms will be those afternoon and evening storms. Main threats, damaging winds, large hail, localized flooding. Can't rule out a stray tornado or two, so we got to watch it. Wouldn't be surprised if we do see a warning or two. 40% chance increasing late overnight. That weather alert in place. We'll have more and your 7-day forecast coming up.